So this is a sample how you can use ChatGPT to improve your Greek skills, or if you are studying a specific passage. Of course, when you use other apps like Bible Hub or whatever you are using, there is no interaction. But when you use ChatGPT, you just can interact. And as you can see, you can even copy and paste. I'm sorry, this is in Italian, but it means copy and paste, select. You can do whatever you want and interact. Of course, you can download that in English. Um, I just did it for you, and then I'm explaining what I did. First of all, I say hi. I know it's uh, you don't have to say hi. It's just an artificial intelligence. It's a software, but I don't know. Watch out. There's something about talking to ChatGPT. You get the impression it is human, but it's not. Don't get too involved. All right, don't fall in love with it. I fell in love with the potentials of ChatGPT. It's dangerous. I don't like artificial intelligence. If it were up to me, uh, I would go back to the time when there was no artificial intelligence, but it's here. So honestly, I don't even like to drive, but I use my car in a positive way, in a good way. So I go to church. I just drive my son to school and stuff like that. I really sincerely hated. I hated to drive, and I've always hated to drive. I still sometimes I do it today, like 90% of the time. All right. So I said I was doing great. I'm doing great today. Praise God for this. So, can you please quote John 1 and 1 in Greek, please? This is what I asked, okay? And it came up with the quotation in Greek. And the software itself said, let me know if you want a breakdown or the grammar explained. As I said, please do. And so, it gave me a breakdown in archaeologos and as a preposition, arche, we'll say everything here. It's very, very simple. And if you ask any further questions, for example, you ask for the conjugation of the verb me or other information, whatever, it is going to give it to you. And for example, here it gives you even the meaning. Before anything else existed, the word already was. Now, be careful when it's somehow this artificial intelligence is always trying to step out of its boundaries. I don't know why. I mean, always trying to sort of being like human and like it's like it says more than you ask sometimes. For example, I mean, I agree with what it is saying here, but I don't trust it because it has a memory. It knows what our previous conversations about these topics were. So, whatever she's saying things that can please me. So, she knows that I'm a Trinitarian, for example. And so, the way it interprets the Bible is according to a Trinitarian interpretation, which is not bad. I mean, basically, you are talking, but I really like a controversial dialogue. I like a dialogue when I say something and you question what I'm saying so I can grow. Spoke to ChatGPT because it also provides you a conversation. I'm working on the app right now. It's also on computer. Um, you can subscribe or just go free. I use it freely. I don't need a subscription to this. I don't want to become addicted to artificial intelligence. I still like to go and see the books and the dictionaries, not being dependent on this, but it's a powerful tool. We have to admit this. You see, it gives me a breakdown of everything. You see, It explains everything. Look, for example, here, note the lack of the article before theos emphasizes quality, what the word was, not who. This is often cited in theological discussions about the divinity of Christ. This is quite true, but there's a long story behind this lack of the article because it doesn't mean much sometimes. In this case, I agree. It means quality for sure. And this is the case. But sometimes the lack of the article doesn't mean anything at all. So this is out of context. This phrase, this sentence is nothing, means nothing. Um, This is nice. It told me, if you'd like, I can show you how early church fathers interpreted this or how it was translated into Latin and other languages. So this is precious. I tried. Can you please read the Greek of John 1 and 1 out loud? And it said, I can't produce audio directly, but I can help you pronounce it yourself. Here's a phonetic. This is what it gave me, a phonetic. Would you like a recommendation and stuff? Then it continued to help me find solutions. But thank God I don't need them, especially for this Bible verse. Sometimes when you know a topic and you really know it well, um, you find yourself correcting ChatGPT. It happened to me, like it was saying something and then said, "Look, this is wrong," and there was this and this and this and that. Oh, okay, she said, yes, I forgot to mention, or whatever. I don't know why it does it. Probably it's part of its programming. Because whatever it does is not something that the software itself is developing, even though it's an artificial intelligence, but whatever it is programmed to do. All right. So, this is basically what you can do with ChatGPT if you study Greek. Also, you can use the vocals. If you just talk to it, I do it. We wrote a book together, AI and I, and it was a book that it started when I was driving my car, was bored. So we started discussing the matter how I have a creator, you have a creator. It was very interesting. Concerning Greek, you can sit down and talk and ask. Can you please quote John 1 and 1 in Greek? And if you start a vocal conversation, it's going to tell you how you can pronounce that with even with different kinds of pronunciations, because there are different ways of pronouncing Greek. You can use modern Greek pronunciation or the so called Erasmian pronunciation, which is basically simply in theory something we don't know exactly how they pronounced the words back then 2000 years ago. No one recorded how they were pronounced. So that's an idea. This basically something technical we use for practical purposes. All right. Hope this video was useful for you, and this is part of my introduction to biblical Greek for those who may happen to find this video and wonder why I'm doing this. I'm using it for my class, teaching biblical Greek. I just want to give them some highlights on how they can use in a positive way ChatGPT. All right. Have a good one.